Hey, what's up, everybody? Brennan Morse here for Red State. Times Person of the Year's short list is out. And I got to say this time, normally, Times Person of the Year list isn't as coveted as it used to be. But this year, I think they actually made some decisions here that were good. Some of them are actual head scratchers. Some of them. And we're going to go into that. But I wanted to go through this list and give you what my pick would be. And kind of react to some of these that are a little bit ridiculous. By the way, you could also find this up at redstate.com. I just wanted to go to the Hill because I wanted to see what the left was saying. And definitely they said some stuff that is a little ridiculous. We're going to go into that. But go to redstate.com, check out our lists. Also, sign up for the VIP program. Use promo code SAVEAmerica. It'll get you a discount on stuff that you will not find on the front page without a membership, including videos, podcasts, and articles, some of them written by yours truly. So go check it out. Use promo code SAVEAmerica. You won't regret it. Here's who is on Times 2022 Person of the Year short list from The Hill. I'm just going to dive in here. First up is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, great pick. I got to hand it to Time. It's going to be controversial, but it's a great pick. Not only did this guy, open up Twitter for, everyone instead of just some people. He also is taking on the government a little bit here. His recent uncovering of Twitter's dealings with the Biden administration is huge. Is absolutely huge. And it is setting off, it's a domino. It's a domino effect. It's setting off an entire reaction chain that is now seeing someone like James Woods sue the government. Because the government was contacting Twitter and telling them to shut people down or censor some people out there that were actually doing harm to the Democrat Party's narrative. So with all of this exposed, you have people now filing class action lawsuits, which is awesome. Not to mention this guy is, let's face facts. He is still the CEO, lest you forget, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. SpaceX, which is landing rockets after they go into space, landing them properly so they're not destroying. This guy is taking us into the future. So I absolutely believe that Elon Musk should be one of the top picks for Person of the Year. Unlike many other people, he's actually doing good, and he's actually moving the ball for humanity as a whole. Xi Jinping. Times Person of the Year isn't always about who is doing good in the world. It's who is making huge moves in the world. Would I say that Z is one of those people? I absolutely would, but I wouldn't say that he's doing anything good. I would actually say that he should be on this list because his incompetence is so massive that his ruling style is nothing short of exhausting to watch. I think that his incompetence is partly what led to the outbreak of the coronavirus across the world, killing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. I see him currently ruling his people with an iron fist and showing us how not to govern and why communism is a bad idea. They are currently locking people into their apartments, barring the doors shut, arresting people just because they might have been exposed to the coronavirus. You have massive protests in China happening right now. It has been... and let's not forget that, he's also threatening Taiwan once again. This man is probably one of the weakest leaders, but the only reason that we see him as a strong leader is because he is the head of the Communist Party in China. China's a big place, and when you have absolute control over that big of a place, anything you do seems like a big deal. So, yeah, should he be on there? Sure, why not? But I would not say that he needs to be on here because he is a good leader or a great leader. I would say he's an incompetent leader. But his incompetence is actually doing things to affect the entire world. So why not? The Supreme Court. Absolutely, I think the Supreme Court should be on this list. Whereas Xi Jinping is probably on this list because he's responsible for the deaths of God knows how many people. I would guesstimate in the millions, and I'm not just talking about from the coronavirus. I'm talking about his own people. The Supreme Court potentially has saved millions of lives after it nuked Roe v. Wade. You can see the Hill's trying to make it seem like it was a constitutionally protected right. It was never. And the Supreme Court returned those decisions to the states to allow them to decide whether or not they want abortion to be legal or certain aspects of abortion to be legal. I think that this is really great. So the Supreme Court absolutely should be on this list. The Supreme Court, again, saved millions and millions of lives. Liz Cheney, I didn't realize that we were rewarding failure. Liz Cheney is one of those people who cannot seem to get a W no matter what she does. She is currently at the head of a failing investigation committee trying to investigate, or no, they're not investigating the Capitol riot. They're trying to link Trump to the Capitol riot. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of that committee. And they're failing to do so. They can't provide any evidence that he was actually at the head of this thing trying to bring the U.S. government down or lead some sort of insurrection or turn over the election in any illegal fashion. This is ridiculous. Liz Cheney is a ridiculous person. Not only that, she lost her bid for her seat by a landslide. But this is one of those, as Nick Arama calls it, we needed to fill in the list. So Liz Cheney is just one of those names that we threw out there. If anything, she is on this list because she's an abject failure who the Democrat Party is desperately trying to make into a success story while still maintaining a Republican or an R next to her name. I think they want her to run so badly, so they're trying to keep her relevant, and that's why she's on this list. They're trying to keep her relevant. The moment she leaves the Senate, though, I do not see her becoming relevant in any regard. She is a ridiculous person whom I tend to forget is there until she's brought up by the media. Zelensky, look, all things aside, he is leading Ukraine in a war against Russia, and he is not doing half bad. I would not say that he is the good guy that our media tries to make him out to be. People forget that, he is the kind of guy who will throw journalists in jail for disagreeing with him. So I'm not, but he is leading Ukraine. Should he be on this list? Yeah, he should. Would I say that he's one of the top picks? Probably not, to be honest with you. Mackenzie Scott, famous for divorcing Jeff Bezos and getting billions of dollars for it. And now she's giving a lot of that money away to charity. But I would not say that she deserves to be on this list either. Look, it's great that you're doing a whole bunch of charity work with money that, many people won't see, like that much money people will never see in their entire lives, in 4 lifetimes. But you did get it by divorcing her husband. So I'm not exactly sure that this is something that should be celebrated. So I'm gonna say no to that one. It's a no from me, dog. Protesters in Iran. I'm always happy to see the Iranian people protesting against our government. This happens at least once a year, twice a year. And I feel like it's getting to a point now where Iranians are getting so sick of it that they might actually take action. The Iranian government right now, of course, is trying to crack down on these protesters. They are killing hundreds of people. And I think it's brave of them. And then it's kind of funny to say that protesters are brave as an American, because our protesters here very rarely do anything out of bravery. Usually it's to advocate or create a narrative for the Democrat Party, so protesters get a bad name. But protesters in Iran are actually doing something good. They are actually doing something that is dangerous. They are trying to make changes there that could literally get them killed just for trying. So good for them. Protesters in Iran, I think that they actually do deserve to be on this list. Ron DeSantis, of course he needs to be on this list. Are you kidding me? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has become probably a huge superstar in the Republican Party, so much so that he's actually able to challenge Trump, and not everyone can say that. Not only did he turn his state incredibly red, he took on Disney, and he won. He fires corrupt politicians who won't follow Florida law. He makes examples of them. What else? Yeah, the Florida governor also captured attention for sending a plane of migrants to the wealthy community of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts this fall. Well done. That was fun. Took a page out of Governor Greg Abbott's book for that one, and I gotta hand it to him. Ron DeSantis is a 2024 contender because people love him. They love his governing style. He is aggressive. Unlike many Republicans, he is an aggressive fighter. And to be honest with you, I'm impressed with everything that he's done, to the point where I'm almost confident that he could beat Trump. And a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying that, but the truth of the matter is both he and Trump are very well loved in the Republican Party. We'll see who wins out, but Ron DeSantis, if I had to With him being still a governor of Florida, he still has a lot of things that he can do to make himself look good. Right now, the thing making Trump look good is his fight against the media and the government, which is desperately trying to keep him off. So both have ways to prove themselves still, but Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump are currently what I would say are neck and neck in terms of GOP love. So we'll see. Incredibly hardcore fighters for both candidates. Janet Yellen doesn't deserve to be on this list. We're in the middle of one of the worst economies ever. Gun safety advocates. Look, Uvalde was an atrocity. It was an absolute atrocity. But many of these gun safety advocates aren't advocating for gun safety. They're just advocating for more laws against guns. If you were truly advocating for gun safety, you would be advocating for training. You would be advocating for the arming of teachers. You would be advocating for the removal of gun-free zones, which only really encourage criminals to enter with guns into areas where people are completely unarmed. You would be advocating for more education on firearms, not blind fear. So while I think that many of these gun safety advocates actually do have good intentions, I would say that their good intentions are misplaced. The road to hell is paved with them. So I think that should gun safety advocates be on this? No, they shouldn't be on this list. They haven't really done anything. They haven't changed anything. And I'm not sure exactly. This has been the same as it has been for forever. Gun safety advocates arise after an atrocity, and nothing ever changes because they don't really have the power in the United States to change anything. And I think one of the reasons is because they are trying to change things in a direction that most Americans don't want. Most Americans resist this change. And I think, this is one of those things that the gun safety advocates, they want to make it seem like they deserve to be listened to. I think that their complaints should be listened to, but do I think that their solutions should be listened to? No. Because their solutions don't work. And they cannot be implemented in a place like the United States of America. Most of them can't. This country will never be a gun-free country. It never will be. And you will find people who will fight like hell to make sure that we maintain our gun rights. So, and to be honest with you, I think that the people who are pro-gun they have the safer communities. They have more realistic outlooks on gun safety. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they should be on this list, these gun safety people. So who would I pick? Honestly, if I had to pick anyone, I would probably pick Elon Musk. Elon Musk really is changing the world. He is bringing us into the future. He is the one who is impressing me the most out of anybody. While I think Ron DeSantis is awesome, and I think the Iranian protesters are awesome, I think the Supreme Court is awesome, Elon Musk is doing something that you would only see sometimes in sci-fi movies. He is trying to actually make the world a better place with SpaceX. He's trying to bring us to a different planet to colonize it. He has the number one electric vehicle out there, and you would figure the Democrats would love him for it. But not only that, he's fighting for free speech. And he's having to overcome many, many hurdles in order to do so, including our own government. They want to silence him while he is giving everyone else the ability to speak freely. So Elon Musk gets my pick. I want to know what yours is. Tell me in the comments. Hey, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.